Hi, good day all. So we are just starting our next chapter, that is paper number 1, chapter 2. This is also almost all of theory portions. Of course, the chapter is actually EC Act, Energy Conservation Act 2001 and related policies. So there are some related policies which we will be discussing here. Yeah. So the main points what we were discussing in this chapters are, first one, of course, Energy Conservation Act, EC Act, Energy Conservation Act, which is formed on 2001, okay, and then because of this act only Bureau of Energy Efficiency came. And this Bureau of Energy Efficiency, what are the schemes? There are many schemes in Bureau of Energy Efficiency that we will be discussing, but that we will be taking this on last. Before that, actually, we will be taking this EC Act, Electricity Act, okay. Then next we will be discussing integrated energy policy and national action plan on climate change. This entire thing we will be discussing today, okay, in this session. And scheme from Bureau of Energy Efficiency, that we will be discussing on next session, okay. Yeah. So of course, the first one, that is EC Act, Energy Conservation Act, it is the cornerstone, and so we will be discussing this first. So in this, yeah, of course there are many things. So the first thing is actually it is one of the important thing is actually energy audit, which is mandatory, and verification, it is there. And means whatever MEA, mandatory energy audit, or MNV, monitoring and verification, this energy audit is an important thing in this, in AC Act. And designated consumers, energy intensive industries, it given a name called designated consumers. We will be discussing in detail about this designated consumers afterwards, okay. Next, also ECBC, Energy Conservation Building Code, that is also a part of this EC Act. So EC Act amended on 2010. So 2010 amendment, it includes some more scope. One is actually the scope expanded to commercial building, and second is tightened norms for appliances. So we will be discussing this entire thing during the BE, Bureau of Energy Efficiency schemes. During that time we will be discussing this, okay. Establishment of appellate tribunal, then legal basis of ESCerts and trading. So ESCerts is energy saving certificates. This also we will be discussing during PAT scheme. So that, which is actually one of the scheme of Bureau of Energy Efficiency, okay. Now, so of course the objective is to reduce the energy intensity. Objective of EC Act is to reduce the energy intensity which we had discussed on last topic in last session. So the key institutions that we want to we want to know about these two key institutions. Bureau of Energy Efficiency, almost everybody knows, I hope. And there is another called SDA, state designated agencies. So B is, yeah, we will come to that, yeah. And amendment, whatever we discussed. So this is Bureau of Energy Efficiency is a center agency, which is a nodal agency at the center, a nodal agency to implement the EC Act, Energy Conservation Act, okay. It develops the policies and strategies, recommends standards and labeling. So we will be discussing standards and labeling later. Certified energy auditor and manager exam, okay. And this entire thing, CA and CEM, okay, both are there, sorry for that, CEM and CEA, Certified Energy Auditor, Certified Energy Manager exam. That exam is also conducting by Bureau of Energy Efficiency. Okay. Then, now what is state designated agency? So individual state or some maybe sometimes it is a group of states. There are state designated agencies. This is actually for the enforcement on the ground, because B is not coming to each state. B officials cannot come to each and every state and enforce the laws and all those things. For that, actually, the authority is given to some of the agencies in state. Okay. So these are the state designated agencies. Okay. So they also regulate and enforce provisions within the state. So within the state. Okay. And maintain list of designated consumers. For example, in Maharashtra, the state designated agency is MEDA, Maharashtra Energy Development Authority. So MEDA should have the complete list of designated consumers in Maharashtra. Similarly, in Gujarat, same place, same thing will be the should be there in Energy Management Center in Kerala, EMC. Okay. Yeah, similarly in Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, everywhere. Okay. Now, so even it manages the state energy conservation fund. There are actually state energy conservation funds, so they will be managing this state energy conservation funds. Also, they will be appointing inspecting officers. So we will come to this. So SDA, if you see Kerala and Kerala and Kerala and Andhra Pradesh, AP, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala and Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, this one, and Andhra Pradesh. In Kerala and Andhra Pradesh, they have standalone SDAs. Standalone SDAs. That means that SDA will do only these things, like whatever the enforcement of EC Act, nothing else. For example, I mean, in Kerala, for example, EMC, in Kerala Energy Management Center, and in Andhra Pradesh it is APSCCM, Andhra Pradesh State Energy Conservation, APSCCM, Energy Conservation Mission. Yes. So these two agencies, they will be doing the enforcement actions only. That means Bureau of Energy Efficiencies, it's another state designated, the actual state designated agency, I should say. Okay. In some other places like Maharashtra, for example, it is MEDA. They will be doing, apart from this, renewable energy also they are doing. Similarly, in Karnataka, it is Karnataka it is there, and of course in CRADA is there, and JARADA, Jharkhand Renewable Energy. So there are lots of other things who are doing, apart from the enforcement of EC Act, they are doing the renewable energy also, renewable, whatever renewable those things also they will be doing. So those kind of SDAs are also available. Apart from that, actually there are some SDAs like Tamil Nadu, for example. In Tamil Nadu, Tangenco, who are actually the generating company, they themselves are SDA. Like that, there are too many. So anyway, some states, they have authorized some already existing agencies, and two states in Kerala and Andhra Pradesh, they started a new agency like EMC and APSCCM. In some other states, they of course, like renewable energy and this, they have started agency. Okay. Now, we will come to the Electricity Act. So Electricity Act, it consolidates the electricity laws. There are number of laws related to electricity, electricity production, distribution, and all those things. Okay, and it promotes the competition between the uh, what companies. So instead of so what are the difference before EC Act and after EC Act, we will be discussing on next. Okay, and it explains about the rural electrification and of course RPO, renewable purchase obligation. So this is one of the most important thing, RPO. RPO is actually almost many customers want to buy a percentage of their share from renewable sources. That is the point. Okay, we will come to that. Yeah. So these are the main things. It like this renewable support, that is RPO, is it mandates requiring utilities to buy a specific percentage of green power. Green power means whatever renewable, mainly solar, wind, all those things. Okay. Yeah, and of course it promotes competition and open access, that is most important. Open access came through EC Act, sorry, Electricity Act. So before there was actually a licensed system. Now there is no license, anybody can generate, but only the for distribution it want license. Okay, then previously the grid access is state monopoly. For example, there is no option, I mean whatever the grid, there is no option interstate. Interstate option was not there. Okay, it was only intrastate. Currently it is open access. The complete India is a single grid now. And trading undefined. Previously we don't have any option. Well, whichever line is coming, we want to buy from them itself. There is no option. But now they have options. Distinct, I mean, we can get power from whoever generating. Only there will be wheeling charges, that's all. And tariff setting, previously it was government, now there is independent regulatory commissions like SERC and CERC. SERC is State Electricity Regulatory Commission and CERC is Central Electricity Regulatory Commission. Okay. So in rural there are some exemptions like license is not required for any generation, and distribution also to an extent. There are some some it's not very stringent. Okay. Yeah, Electricity Act and renewables, we already discussed RPO, renewable purchase obligation, and of course right now you can see because of this RPO itself, there are too many benefits, if or there are too many promotions for this renewable adoption. This entire thing is actually because of the climate change and all those things. Okay, and grid connectivity is there for all renewable. I mean, it mandates renewable energy sources. There will be a grid connectivity. So the integrated energy policy roadmap, it is like this. So first is a choice, that is promote competition and open access in distribution. Right now it is almost open access is done, I mean complete, somewhat good, it is working well. And next is actually efficiency, fuel efficiency standards for vehicle and mass transport focus. Fuel efficiency standards, of course, you heard about this BS6 vehicle and all those things. So that will come here. And mass transport focus. The mass transport actually it is ongoing. There are in some places it is already there. And now pricing, shift to market determined prices and tariff based bidding. This is not there right now. The pooling system is not there right now. This will be coming in future. The main two important things like coal reforms and power sector reforms. Power sector actually, of course, the loss is actually AT&C losses, that is aggregate transmission and distribution transmission and sorry, aggregate technical and commercial losses. Very sorry about that. It's not transmission, technical and commercial losses. Of course, technical losses like unmetered things, whereas commercial losses is actually, of course, it related to the commerce part, that how we cannot, I mean, it's not generated the money, or we can't get the money, we won't get the money from some people. It's not everybody won't be paying. Okay. So 100% metering for accountability is one of the major important thing in this. And tariff reduction for cross subsidies. Cross subsidies you can get these in detail. We will be discussing maybe whenever we are getting time, we will be discussing on this. Okay. Coal reforms. Of course, coal right now it is, on mainly how much kg of coal they have used according to that. But of course, in some places, some of the distributors came with GCV on GCV value, how much price. So this is one of the best example, best thing. On GCV, the pricing will come. So it is, which is a good thing. Okay. Next is actually mandatory coal washing. Yeah, this is actually climate related thing, because coal washing is an important thing in climate, because the fly ash can come down. Okay. Then e-auctions and private participation. Of course, auctions. Once auctions comes, there will be too many people, and it will be good for the customer to buy who is giving best and who is giving cheaper, can be relayed. Now another important thing, that is National Action Plan on Climate Change. So in this actually mainly we have 8 national missions, which is most important. The first one is National Mission on National Solar Mission. Second is actually National Mission on Energy Efficiency and Enhancement. This is one of the important thing, and because from our perspective, because this is under this only actually this EC Act came, and what Bureau of Energy Efficiency is there. All these things are because of National Mission on Energy Enhancement, Energy Efficiency and Enhancement. Okay. And National Mission on Sustainable Habitat, National Water Mission, National Mission on Himalayan Ecosystem, National Mission on Green India, National Mission on Sustainable Agriculture, National Mission on Strategic Knowledge. So these are actually the 8 national missions. Okay. So this the entire mission is actually balancing economic growth with environmental sustainability. Economic growth should be there, which should be balanced with environmental sustainability. Okay. Yeah, strategic integration and energy security. We can discuss this also. So integrated energy policy, it is aiming for 8 to 10% GDP growth, which if we are aiming 8 to 10 percentage of GDP growth, it requires a massive power increase, which is very, very difficult. Okay. So, another important thing, the goal is actually reduce the energy intensity by 25 percentage to ensure security. Okay. Energy security, to ensure energy security, we want to reduce the energy intensity by 25 percentage. Now, the main thing is this one. EC Act, Energy Conservation Act, manages how we consume. It manages how we consume. Whereas Electricity Act manages how we produce. Electricity Act is how we produce electricity or energy, basically. Okay. This is second one is actually production. Electricity Act is related to production. Once we produced, how we will consume, it will be in EC Act. And NAPCC, that is National Action Plan for Climate Change, ensures both are sustainable. That is, whether it is production or usage, whatever, it should be in sustainable way. Okay. Yeah. So this is for today. So we will be discussing the Bureau of Energy Efficiency schemes and all those things on next class. Thank you.